No, I was thinking why not you just go online and convert it to like a document file.
Okay guys, we're starting now. Okay, first order of business as usual is acceptance of apology and proxy letter. We have quite a bit today. Okay, Andrew Peterlin is unable to attend today's meeting as he will be attending the Sunway University Orchestra concert to which tickets were bought months ago. Florence is unable to attend today's meeting as she needs to prepare for her mid-semester exam. She grants her voting right to Abirami. Samuel Goh is unable to attend today's meeting as he will be emceeing the speaker series event by MAC. Nelson is unable to attend today's meeting as he has an assignment due that is crucial to his final grade. He grants his voting right to Yao Fu. Hidayah is unable to attend today's meeting as she has some personal matters to attend to, and she grants her voting right to Kelvin. Yeah. Sean Tan is unable to attend today's meeting as he has an exam from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. He grants his voting right to Sharmila. Charmaine Yeo is unable to attend today's meeting as she has to be at the airport to catch a flight. Kai Bin is unable to attend today's meeting as he has his division monthly general meeting to attend to. Same goes to Wei Yang, and he grants his voting right to Tiffany. Terry is unable to attend today's meeting as he has to attend his Monash Club cheerleading training, to which he can't skip as one member missing from the routine would result in the entire event being cancelled. The same goes to Junman. The two of them have not granted their voting rights to any proxies. Zilin is unable to attend today's meeting as she has to attend a meeting with her lecturer from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and she has not granted her voting right to anyone as well. Pang is unable to attend today's meeting as he has to attend a family reunion dinner, and he grants his voting right to Michelle, who will be coming in late. So, acceptance of apology and proxy letter accepted by?
No conversation.
Again, I haven't looked up yet. Accepted by Samantha, seconded by Franklin.
Today,
Yeah.
this is the competition.
Well, Zilin asked for that to be a dossier, but she didn't tell you.
No, she didn't.
But she's asked me to be a
Okay.
dossier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so second item would be to accept the 6th MSC meeting minutes. Accepted by Gerald, seconded by Franklin. First report, President's report.
Short and sweet. Okay, short and sweet, guys. So, the human library, as you guys know, I spoke about it the last MSc. It was basically getting somebody who has the experience to come here and share about it. We spoke to the vendor, and because of the time constraint in the Super PAC student calendar, they have advised it to do it in MUSA 2018. So I'll just let the next president know that if he or she wants to do it, then by all means they can. Okay. The next one, banner installation spreadsheet. So as most of the time we are not very sure in terms of whether there's the space for our banners and the dimensions and stuff like that. So myself and the events office have created a spreadsheet where basically it shows week 1 to week 12 and the four areas. The four areas are in front of building 2, which you guys know, just right outside the sliding door. And then, you know, when you come out of Audi 1, the lift on the between building 5 and building 9, that whole space. The car porch area where we have the MUSA forum, and in front of Audi 1, just near the bookstore there. So these are the four areas, and the spreadsheet allows us to see in terms of all venues and when it's available. Only events office can edit it. So if you guys ever want to hang up any of your banners, just send me your date of banner installation, date of banner removal, dimension of the banner, and the design of the banner, and then I'll have to send it to events office and for them to say whether it's available or not. Okay, that's it. Speakers remuneration. This was brought up by student experience that we are not allowed to pay speakers. If anything, we can only give any forms of consideration, and even then it has to be something in terms of justifiable. That means, like, for let's say if the Prime Minister comes, then you can't exactly give like a $50 gift, and likewise. So most of the time for speaker gifts, it's best to consult them. The uni knows better in terms of that judgment. The last time, moving on, would be, remember I told you guys that MUSA and MUPA would like to organize an initiative where we set up a platform to be more of like a marketplace where people can sell their items and buy their items. So upon further discussion with them, we identified that there is already an existing website called the Monash Marketplace, whereby this is exactly what it does. It filters to which uni you are based on your student ID. You can just Google it, Monash Marketplace, and you can put something that you want to sell, or you can put something what you want to buy. And there's like a proper step-by-step process to it. I approached Sam, I think about 2 weeks back, and asked him whether we could do like a sort of like a demo video and share it with them. So that's what we'll do. But anyway, I just screenshotted some pictures just to show some illustration. So to sell, just go here and put in your basically your item like Monash University water bottle, and then so then after that it will show. If you go down and confirm your item, done. Okay, then if you want to buy, sorry, still selling, right? Yeah. Now this is buy already. Yeah. So hi, I'm interested to sell and stuff like that lah. So basically this is a screenshot process of step by step, and I'll discuss with Sam in more detail in terms of how we're going to show a demo video. Okay. This is basically step by step, and if you want to buy, then you can filter in terms of which one household or equipment and stuff like that. And yeah, keep going down. Okay, a checklist. So I received all the checklists of all the promises that we made, and I've created a template, but it's just a draft. I'll share it with you guys once it's done and once it's finalized, so that you guys can give your own feedback. Okay. And moving on, Ijun, you sent me a complaint about the foul smell coming from the BRT and building 3, right? So I sent it to Osh, and I think you will see it in the email as well. And then now I think the smell has gone, so they pump basically probiotics into the system. It's basically coming from the industrial side behind Bandar Sunway, and it's flowing through the pipelines and all. Okay, this. It seems to always come by and then gets resolved and then comes back again, because it's continuous waste coming. Yeah. Okay. The next one is MUSA Forum. So the first one was, I would believe it's a major success, and the next one will be happening on the 13th of September. But however, I do apologize that the last time it took really long for the university to get back with all the updates. So I hope that this time they'll be a bit more faster. And special thanks to the VPs and editors for helping out with this initiative. The next is the CETRE program. It's basically a program to help refugee kids to bridge between secondary school to uni life. So Monash is part of this wider, bigger initiative by the UN and other NGOs to be part of this program. And they're doing a 3-week program. The parties involved is School of Business, MUVP, MUN, and MUSA. And they just would like student helpers. On our side, the main part they would like help would be dodgeball, because they approached dodgeball club and they're not willing to assist. So I was going to speak to Sean about whether you could help organize a dodgeball game or not. But I'll talk to you later about it. Yeah. Okay. Food trucks. So we're about like 85% to 90% almost touching food trucks already. So we have food trucks on campus. And if you guys have, so these are some of the food trucks that are proposed, like Big House, Delicious, Time Out, We Loaf, and all that. If you guys have any suggestions, you guys can just throw it in now, and then I'll send it to the uni. So this is like, we're almost there to get the license from MPSG already. On the top of your head, like, do you guys have any suggestions? McD.
You said up to food
trucks.
Ice Pro.
Ice cream. Okay, I think negative success is right? Yeah. Okay, so if you guys have any ideas, just like WhatsApp me anything. Yeah. But Sean, based on your, the feedback form that you created, we'll cross-reference with that and see whether anything falls in and we can fit in a food truck. And yeah, that's it. So yeah.
Permanent, or did they just come and go for a while? Is it going to be that forever?
No, if the last time the food truck, what happened is the license got revoked, and then because like they didn't pay, like the vendors didn't pay and stuff like that, so there were a lot of issues, and Monash is like blacklisted for a while, and now we're sort of coming out of the blacklisting and seeing which other food trucks would like to come in.
I mean, are they going to always be there, or is it like just for 1 week?
No. As in, like, if we can get the once we get the license ready, they'll be all there. But these, for the major ones right now, we're looking into like major events. Like, I think CNS approached them for Monash Cup, approached the uni for Monash Cup to have food vendors and stuff like that. So any major events that you guys would like food vendors and food trucks, then this would be a good idea. Okay? Yeah, that's it from my side.
Yes. For NSC to accept President's report, accepted by.
Sorry again.
Accepted by.
Joe.
Seconded by.
Sam.
Hey Sam, your hand just go down, you know.
Hey, I didn't cheat, okay. This one,
Next report, VP's report.
What is up? What is up, man?
Do we have anything else? Student initiatives. And, yeah, student initiatives. Okay.
So basically, this is our list of subsidies that we've given out so far. The first one is to the 4th Postgraduate Colloquium in Environmental Research, basically called MUSA. 2 students went to Malacca to present their paper on that thing I'm not going to read. It's really long, that feasibility study. It's something engineering lah. So is that? So total expenses was 900-ish. They suppose it for their transportation, their food, etc., etc. Subsidy approved almost 60%. The next one is a Global Youth Leadership Travel and Learning Camp. This was held in Singapore from 3rd to 7th of August. 1 student attended the camp from business school, and almost 60%, and we only covered for registration fees, which was already 3K. So, yeah. The next one was Malaysia Interdisciplinary Exchange in Healthcare, MIH, with basically School of Pharmacy. It's held on 4th August to 9th August in Penang. 40 students attended the program. Total expense was 12,000, as per usual, 60%. Last one is ACQ Charity Run, which basically it's to raise funds for this special children charity organization, specifically for students, for children who are brain injured, and it will be held on 3rd September. Sorry, this was written like some time ago, so it will be held. It was already held on 3rd September. Approximately 50 students attended the run. Subsidy approved was 10 ringgit per student. Yeah.
Okay, now student initiatives. Monash Charity Race happening on 23rd of September. It's a 7 km. It's a collaboration between Mamat and Athletics Club. Initially, we were targeting 570 students and 30 staff, but now overall we only got about 301 participants. The reason for that is because I'm guessing it's because of the booth duty thingy. So like for the whole registration period, One World thingy took up the whole foyer, so we only had 2 days at the foyer. Other days were the MUSA lounge, which was not very effective because people can't really see us. However, the Facebook marketing and all was quite good, I would say. The price for students was 20 ringgit, staff 30 ringgit. Registration closed already, by the way. 3 official beneficiaries are
Pusat Penjagaan Kanak-Kanak Cacat Taman Mega, Kasih Foundation, and Protect and Save the Children.
Yeah, so that is done. Next one is Night of Terror, happening on the 5th of October. It's basically outdoor movie night, and the theme is Halloween.
We're showing Amityville.
Yeah, we're showing Amityville. So please go spread the word and get people to come. And yeah, that's it.
it's horror.
Oh, by the way, TEDx registration starts next week. Posters have already gone up around campus today. Our website should be up by this end of this week. So spread the news, and the ticket is 25 ringgit and it's open to public. Your mother, father, grandfather all can come. Okay? Alright, that's it for the quiz.
This one come under student initiative.
No, that is student experience taking over the budget.
What's the movie again?
Amityville.
How to spell?
AITYVILL.
It's actually new, right?
I'm not sure
It's a horror movie.
AM.
It's a horror movie. Yeah.
they made it.
Amityville AMIT.
I think it's a
AMITYV. This one.
Okay, so for MSC to accept,
This one.
movie and outdoor.
I think
Yeah, outdoor
it's,
movie
I think
night.
it's this one.
Move to only
Backup
one.
plan is earlier one. We just had our coordination meeting today.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of delay because of TEDx and charity race and all that.
So they are getting in like the big school and stuff.
Yes, yes.
October's a Thursday, right?
Yeah.
How many students they open up to?
400.
And 7th October is TEDx. So
Just really nice. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Only one.
Wow, this one.
Is there like a capacity?
Huh?
Is there like a capacity for TEDx? Like,
200. Yeah.
first come, first serve?
Yes. And for TEDx, we're opening our booth in Sunway as well for 3 days, 17, or 2 days, 17 and 18. 18th and 19th. So,
Do we have to register?
yes.
Even as
Wait,
a
if you're part of the organizing committee, you don't have to.
Correct.
But MUSA members that are not part of the organizing committee and not volunteering on that day, you have to register if you want to come.
Yes, we are the organizing committee, Kelvin.
Kevin, you wanna ask something, Kevin?
No, he asked, am I the organizing committee?
Yes, you are, Kelvin. I cannot tahan this girl. Okay, any questions? Done? Okay, done. Okay.
For MSC to accept Vice President's report, accepted by,
Just
seconded by.
Gerald.
Okay, next is mine.
What is a pre?
So the Media Administrative Committee was on the 15th of August. The parties that were involved were the editors, publicity officers, and myself. And the purpose of the meeting was to discuss on the successes with regards to media administrative things that took place last semester and to enlighten one another on what is to be expected of this semester. So some of the matters that we discussed were the editors mentioning about the photo shoot that was to be scheduled in the early parts of week 6, which took place last week. They also mentioned about how a party approached them for the MUSA annual election and requested their services in helping them take their photos. They also mentioned that in order to attract students' attention for the thematic competitions, they are looking into making videos to promote the competition to increase participation rate. And from the time of the meeting, articles pertaining to MSc will only be written after I distribute the meeting minutes. And also another thing is the meeting with the MUIS editors of 2017, together with the newly elected editors, and Janish will be held after election, so sometime next week, to discuss on the merging of Monga to become what? Monga and Hima. And sometime in semester 1, the editors were approached to do a write-up regarding all the available learning spaces around campus, and due to some unforeseen circumstances, it was not published last semester, but it will be published sometime mid this semester or towards the later parts of the semester, so that students can, they will know where to go during the peak periods. And publicity officers mentioned that for this semester, they'll be working very closely with the ITS department to further replenish the very much outdated content on the website, and they will get assistance from the editors and myself with regards to the photos and information. The next thing is the annual elections update. So, okay, this is very outdated. Total of 3 tickets are registered, Alpha, Concordia, and the People. Total of 62 candidates are running for this year's election. Campaigning is ongoing. Tomorrow is the last day. Speech and debate sessions are over, and on behalf of the Election Commission, thank you to all the MUSA members that attended for their portfolios debate/speech session. Polling period is ongoing, and tomorrow is the last day. Results will also be announced tomorrow around 7:30 p.m. So if you're free, do drop by downstairs there to witness the whole thing. And yeah, a broadcast email has been sent out. It was sent out, I think, yesterday, in hopes to increase the number of people who vote. I think it significantly showed, because from what my EC told me today, there were only 50 people who came in. So I'm assuming they have all used the link to vote. And again, on behalf of the Election Commission, thank you to the editors for helping us come up with the election guide in a very short span of time.
Wow.
The next thing is something that I discussed in the first MSc, but could only be done now. So I mentioned to you guys about the standard operating procedure over WhatsApp, and yeah, the deadline was supposed to be very early in September, but because of the delay, as mentioned in the message, all departments and divisions are to submit their SOP, in which a detailed yet succinct description of every portfolio's job scope is to be written. Yeah, in the 5th MSc, we briefly mentioned about the committees, so just go back to the meeting minutes and see what each MSc, what each committee does and what your role is in that committee, and put it together in your SOP. And the due date for this is the 15th of September. Please, no extensions will be granted, okay? Next, handover to MUSA 2018. It has been discussed and decided by the executive committee that the last day for accounts to be closed will be on the 10th of December. This is to ensure that the treasurers will have sufficient time to close everything by the 29th of December, whereby would be the deadline for the handover. All keys and handover statements are to be passed to me, who then I will pass to the president, and then the president will liaise with the other president, so that you don't have to meet like this person, and I don't want to be so messy now, because like there were some issues with this year's one, and I thought, okay, it would be just easier if it was just one person handing over completely everything to the other person. And yes, please do not hand over without my permission. The next one is the 8th and 9th MSc date. The date that was scheduled for the 8th MSc is on the 15th of September, which is next week. But I will need that to be moved so that on the 22nd I can have my joint MSc, where the Election Commission will be presenting the report about the entire annual election. That same report will be submitted to the Pro-Vice Chancellor, and yeah, that's why I need to move that, because they need time to prepare the report as well as present it during the time. And the 9th one will be on the 6th of was scheduled to be the 6th of October, but I wish to move it to the 13th of October to ensure a reasonable gap between the 8th and the 9th MSc. And yes, questions? Why?
Awal Muharram. I remember the holiday dates very clearly.
It says 21st here.
No,
22nd.
Even you couldn't get boots.
Wait, then it'll have to be 21st.
You badminton. I would like to ask you.
Okay, then it says 22nd.
Yeah lah. 22nd holiday lah.
Oh shit, sorry, yeah, my bad. Okay, yes, so this will be 21st then. No. Is that for 21st? Okay, 21st, 21st. Alright, that's about it. Any more questions?
Yes. When should we submit our business paper for 8 MSc?
I will constantly update on the group.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Questions? No? Okay, for MSc, you have a question? Oh, for MSc to accept my report, accepted by? Crap, again? Accepted by? Frankly, you didn't put down your hand.
Yeah lah.
Accepted by? Gerald. Seconded by? Sean.
Gerald, what did she present? What did she present?
That one all doesn't matter. It's about knowing that she presented.
Haro!
Yes, I'm talking about flash drives.
Nice.
So
Nice.
So the event was held on 4th of August during our MSc.
Ours is quite long.
From 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And it was approximately 182 people that signed up for the event. But our target's like 200 lah. So it's actually quite good.
Yes.
I expected a lot less considering we have a Monash. We received a lot of positive feedback from the participants. Like some would like it at least once a semester. I'm not sure why. But yes. So I'll probably ask next year's activities chairperson to do it. yeah, that's about it.
Okay, for MSC to accept activities report accepted by
That's good.
Hey, that was planned.
Brandon.
That was not the plan.
That was planned too.
It's not about slow, it's about the heart.
welfare.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah, they.
Wow.
More
The picture distorted. What happened to the picture? Memang lah ya.
The thing is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I got you again lah.
Wait, I told you to check for me, right?
Suay lah, weh.
I need to give you back one again.
Okay, yes.
Okay. First of all, Musa was it fun? Yes.
Okay lah.
Lit fam.
Diam kau Frankie. Okay, comments during the 4th of August, registration fees, drive picture, blah blah blah. Basically, the event was a success. Except, anybody got any complaints about the event? Frankie.
Hey, how come welfare won?
Hey, how come?
Because
It's not editor's one. Editor's one.
Editor's one lah.
Editor's phone ah.
Kacau lah.
Who playing Chris ah? That was welfare.
Actually, why is
Okay,
welfare?
if you want to blame someone for why welfare was involved, you look for the IT. Hiding from me.
IT.
Because IT decided to pull out the day before the event.
Oh.
So if welfare didn't play, one team would have keep on winning by default.
On sir.
Shouldn't you like,
You say on, he say no on.
but shouldn't you have given it to the fourth person then? Because it's like, I don't know, activities.
And you all calm down lah, finish already lah.
It's okay, continue. Okay, so the editors and engineering have their prizes. I haven't given welfare their prizes yet. I forgot. I'll get that done. Moving on. Okay, next is the FIFA tournament. The event was a success. We had all together 18 participants for the singles and 8 participants for the doubles. Most of them were international students. I do not know why, but okay, it was good. It lasted quite long. It ended a bit later than expected though.
It's okay, we had fun.
Yeah. The prizes for these are being awarded tomorrow. The medals took a bit longer to come because I put their names on the medals.
Wow. And now not fair lah, I also want.
Moving on. Would you confess? I don't know why it says epic success there. I did have something to do with that. Okay. It was in week 4. It was a real life confessions page. We had a lot of confessions. So we released the top 20 confessions that we felt were the best on the Facebook page, and let the students vote which one should win. So we had the top 5 already.
Who was the top 5 ah?
Just say the winner lah. I can't say the winner.
It's damn funny.
Oh, you cannot, they don't know yet?
No, it's
Anonymous.
anonymous.
Oh.
Nobody reads the minutes anyway.
But it's not anonymous, everyone can see
Content.
You know it's true.
The top 5 was like top 5 got the movie tickets already. Now the second prize, which was the 20 ringgit popcorn and drink vouchers, they had to bring the person, right?
Yeah.
3 of them. Why are you looking at me, Jess? I know you're gonna bring him, Jess. I know. I'm including you when I say 3.
So that's not anonymous anymore.
He walked around everyone telling I'm the one who did it. How is it anonymous? It wasn't my fault.
Okay, we're hungry, let's move on.
The 5th person could not bring the person who they confessed to, so we gave the 6th person a chance. Because the 5th one confessed to a lecturer.
Oh my god.
That was an interesting story.
Wait. Girl confessed to a guy lecturer or guy confessed to a girl lecturer?
Girl.
Holy shit, wow.
Okay, the thing was, it was shared in someone when we shared it on Facebook, the school itself took a screenshot of it and sent it to their own school group. and then the lecturer came and replied to the Facebook post.
What did the lecturer say? Hi, that's me.
No, she put something like she put something like you are the tangent to my curve or something. He replied back, we are 2 parallel lines which will never meet. But I hope one day you find another intersecting line. So that went on for a while. That happened.
Oh my god!
Okay, that happened. So yeah, that's going on. Next one was the ice cream giveaway. That was a very that was the rage mode success that I put that one there. Because literally the first time we went and gave the ice cream, they were all calm and they took it peacefully. The second time we went there, I saw the crowd gathering already. So I went there, I opened the box and I ran. Guess who I left in the center of the crowd?
Yelfu!
They were wondering why I ran away so fast.
I was wearing that tripod thing.
So that was fun. Everybody just had fun for that one. That's good. Next one is pool tournament upcoming. Supposed to be in week 10. We're still waiting for pool club to confirm. And then wellness week also week 10. That's it. Okay, other initiatives. Okay, first initiative was the quit smoking campaign, which was a memo issued by the government to the uni. So Ganesh asked welfare to be part of the committee. That is one committee which is still going. Oh, this committee story you all will like. You all know that Mr. Selvin waves, right?
Yeah.
So the entire meeting, everyone was practically hammering him. That was a fun meeting. But basically, we're still progressing very, very slowly on this. Okay? Following on that is Suicide Prevention Day. This is another event by the counseling department of the uni. They want some clubs to perform for the Suicide Prevention Week, and they're giving away very high cash prizes. The performance, they're giving 1,500 to the winner. There's no first place, second place, third place, just first place. 1,500. So the 1,500, it's in a way that a part of the money will go to the club to send the team, and the remaining money will be spread among people who participate. But unfortunately, only 4 clubs wanted to join. I think now it's down to 3 because cheerleading is trying to pull out. Yeah, okay. That following up. Okay, I'm starting the slideshow in the MUSA launch thing next week.
How long can it go? Like, is there a period like 1 week, 2 weeks?
I'm just gonna let it play.
So it's like.
But it's your choice to send me the video when you want me to start. Because let's say if I have an event in week 10 and I start playing it from week 5, people will get sick of it. So if your event is week 10, you send me about week 8, about 2 weeks for you to. Okay. So we already started.
Like, do we have to give you like 1 week in advance or?
About 5-6 days in advance. Okay. Not that strict, but some time in advance. Don't give me, so I'll put it up tomorrow. Okay? Mental health awareness weeks. MHA's videos are already being done by the editors. They're going to go up next week already. Okay? If anybody else have any other videos you want to put for any of the rest of your events, or if it's slideshows of just your posters, do send it to me. Okay?
Huh? Like this
By then it's over.
Yeah, it's okay. Following on that, new food in cafeteria. If you guys want new food in the cafeteria, you need to tell me what kind of food you want.
Hey, I thought you do.
We need more input than that. Literally, they're asking before they come up with another idea, which is not exactly the best.
Okay. What's the idea? How do we give you feedback now?
There is a box in the launch that says feedback on it. Take a form, you write it, you drop it inside. If it's constructive feedback, you get free launch credit.
Whoa. Okay.
Didn't anyone see the posters?
Yeah.
I saw.
Is there anything else?
No.
Okay, I'm done.
Wait, the day inside the reps room, you said you want us to play some videos. Have you spoke to CMO about
Yeah,
it?
have you guys?
Music, right?
Have you guys?
Anyone? I thought you were going to know something.
Well, I put Yahoo in charge of that.
So it's for Wellness Week, right?
It's for Wellness Week.
Do you want to liaise straight with the admins and tell them to just tell CMO?
Yeah, actually, that one I was thinking. Instead of us going to CMO,
Yeah.
you would it be better if you just ask the admin to send the memo instead?
Because they have no choice to say no.
Right, just about one minute video. I don't think. Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Thanks,
okay, thanks. Yahoo.
Okay, come.
Oh, also one more quick update. We got 2 new PS4 games in the launch. We got Tekken and Naruto.
Tekken, not Tekken.
Okay.
Culture.
Okay.
Number 7, right? How do you actually plan to do the non-smoking thing?
It's not what we are doing. Okay, basically what happened in the last meeting was, after an hour of arguing, we came up to the point, if you tell someone the side effects of smoking or how much of money you save from not smoking, all these things are not going to work. Basically, you put a sign that says not smoking, they're going to go somewhere else and smoke. So the only thing that we could come up with was, because we have a few smokers in the meeting itself, they said if whatever you show us is not going to work, we're just going to go somewhere else and do it. So if, like, let's say one of us, if we get an impulse, okay, I want to stop smoking, and we want to find a way of doing it. Websites are out of the story because you have to go click this, click that, and you get lazy and you don't do it. So what they came up with was they're going to come up with a helpline. So if suddenly get the impulse, just call the helpline and they will guide you. That was the best we could come up with at that point.
I think it's quite okay.
I will let you know how anything else goes in the following meetings.
Is this helpline only from the nationals or?
I think it's only for national, but I think they issued it to every uni, right? The memo. Yeah. This was a government issued memo. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Yes. You had a question?
First question was.
Hey, Cha, sleeping.
I was wondering where my phone went. I took a noise. Okay. Yes. Any other questions? Yes.
For the quiz cooking thing, why don't you guys start giving out the cooking gum or patches in the clinic?
Okay. That was also brought up during the meeting. They don't want it. They say it tastes horrible.
Yeah.
It actually makes it, I think it's Mrs. Levin is the one that said it. It makes me feel like having another cigarette. So they said, don't waste your time. It just tastes horrible and it's not working. Alright, anything else? Oh, also if you guys have any feedbacks about the smoking thing, please send welfare an email. Thank you. Anything else? Questions? No? Okay. Let me get to my spot. Okay, I'm ready. What question? Okay. I'm ready. Okay. Hands down. Hands down. Okay, ready. Oh wait, one more update. Bean bags coming next week. Okay.
Pillow.
How many beanbags are the reps getting?
I'm taking away all nasty bean bags.
Thank God.
2 small ones.
Enough for me.
Okay, bean bags are coming in next week. They come in 3 phases. Guys. 7 bean bags next week, another 7 the following week, and the 8 on the last week. Okay?
Pillows.
Yeah, pillows. Okay, I gotta get it. I can't say much.
How long has it been?
For every MSc.
It's going to be 1 week. Next week, week 8, it will be 1 semester.
What? Oh my god, you're so proud. Oh my god. Oh my
Okay.
god.
I'm sorry. Hey, I admit, right? Okay. Anything else? No?
Pillows.
You could do it.
Okay.
You could do it.
Free, I'm ready.
For MSc to accept welfare's report, accepted by
Sam.
seconded by
That's right, boys.
Zero.
That's right.
Hey, do the second one again. I mistake that one. You want to
seconded
go?
by
Nobody got so much.
One more time.
seconded by
Yo, terrible lah, Sean. You can't let people have their moment.
Wait.
next report school of
Sorry, he
arts.
got 2 on now. Oh, arts!
Short and sweet.
This one. Be short.
Okay guys, so right.
Hello friends.
Come straight to the point. This was like last semester and so not really important. So we had giveaway. Okay, next. we gave away cookies last semester. So
Oh,
yeah.
and we tried this new thing called the exam stress kit. It was effective. Okay. It's like we put like sweets and stuff like that and like Milo, so like you don't stress out too much. We're basically giving you diabetes. Okay, and then we had like the merchandise sales. Okay, it's quite bad lah. Never mind, I don't need to see. It's very bad lah.
Oh my god, so bad.
I don't want to see it. And then we had last night. We finally got to do our mingle night. It was a success.
45 attendees.
No, I should stop doing it. Yeah, we had like 45 attendees. We aimed for 40 only, I think. So like we had more than we expected, which was like hey. And then because we want to like slowly get rid of our merchandise, we gave them like
Can we get it for free?
so we gave them like a drawstring bag each. DBH is actually really useful. You can come and buy this semester 7 ringgit one bag, okay? And then we had you talk lah.
Then yeah, the last one teacher pre-order. Yeah, that's it.
Nothing.
What's to say for teacher pre-order? It's just teacher pre-order. Yeah.
Great, done.
Okay, for MSc to accept School of Arts and Social Sciences report, accepted by
I don't understand.
accepted by
That's my boy.
seconded by
Franklin.
next School of
Oh, free, can I say something?
IT.
I forgot to say something.
No,
It's important.
Yeah, over already.
It's about it.
Next semester not school.
So I just need to ask for more people.
Yeah,
Guys,
you all don't respond.
guys, you know the initiative Welfare VP is doing to help the girl Ruth?
Yeah.
Oh, Ruth.
I need more people to fill up the form. Please ask the subcoms one more last time, please.
No, but I already have.
No, we cut down the days. Some of the days she already has help, so they only a few more days.
Yeah, those days are one my subcons helping.
Yeah,
They're
but
helping her.
Yeah, they're already helping.
Yeah.
Other subcoms, please try to help a bit more. Thank you.
School of IT is not here. I'll do it on behalf of them. School of IT Mingle Night, get together among the seniors and juniors. Roughly 60 students attended. They played PlayStation games and had pizza for dinner afterwards. Next is the Dota 2 tournament. It will be held on the 23rd to the 24th of September at Split Zone Cyber Cafe Shah Alam. Registrations are now open, up to 16 teams maximum. Prizes are stated in this poster and I'm sure it's somewhere on Facebook. Okay, for MSc to accept School of IT's report, accepted by Serene, seconded by Franklin.
Okay.
Next. School of Pharmacy.
Serene!
Yeah, this one.
What essay? The first one nothing. The first one is pretty much.
What essay?
Quick test. Yeah. Okay, so we had an ice cream giveaway on the 14th of August. So we targeted 250 initially, but we raised it to 300. So yeah, we did give out about 300 people because we gave out 290 vouchers. Sorry, we gave out 350 vouchers. We got back 290. So we reached target. Okay, the next thing is the more important one. I need help from you guys. We're having a pharmacy year-end party and / farewell. So we don't have enough funds for that currently. Okay, so altogether the events will cost about 9.6k, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 9.6? Okay, yeah. So actually most of everything we're already DIYing, but it's quite pricey because the rental itself will come out to about 5k plus already. So we need some extra funds, guys. We can only take out 7k from our department, so we were hoping we could get another 2k from publicity. Publicity is cool with it, so I still need to go through MSD with y'all. So help.
So we just have to like.
Yeah, you guys have to
picture
on it. Do you guys have any questions about the event? Any?
Why not ball?
Because it's sold out in 2 days.
That's not the only reason.
No, the reason, I don't know, man. Ball, it's like, I asked all the pharmacy students and they were like, oh, we're going our last year. So one transfer is how much? 2,000? Yeah, 2,000. Okay, Sean told me 10. Okay. 10,000?
Wow, Sean!
Take it.
What the? So the entire event is about 10k. Okay, so let's think. Okay, some of those who did not attend, who are not here today, did not pass their voting rights.
Should we do this through email then?
Yes, please. It's up to you, but guys, I need it like quick, urgently.
Cannot.
Email can be done within.
Yeah, can be done within a few days. I can send it out tomorrow. Okay, and then by. Can you guys reply over the weekend? Can.
Remind us.
Only 2 people are answering. So.
Can.
Okay, so then we'll get it done by
This sound like parrot.
So get this done over email, please reply. Okay? For MSc, to accept School of Pharmacy's report.
Hey, don't cheat.
Accepted by Sean. Seconded by Gerald. School of Science.
This guy.
How you alive so many? Oh, you put yourself.
Yeah, I do all myself.
It's okay, just hold.
Okay, hi. So this initiative was started by our CMO. It's going on until the 15th of September. The box is in the reps room. Anybody wants to donate, feel free to donate a book. It's going to be given to schools around the Klang Valley. And what they want to do is basically also market the fact that Monash left the books and notice the sticker on it. Okay. Next. Movie night. Okay, so this is proof that the horror movie works.
Yeah.
It works. We had 100 people sign up.
100 people showed up.
155.
Oh my gosh.
Budget only for 55. Yeah, but yeah, 55 people went for it. Sold out. And the movie wasn't that great. I think it will be better. Go for School of Arts movie night next week.
Wednesday.
Okay, in addition to this, we had our t-shirt design competition. This girl won, her name was Jessica, it's a black color t-shirt by over 100 plus likes. And we gave her a 150 ringgit HMR voucher. And our pre-orders have reached 281. and we have 180 who have paid.
Wow.
Questions?
Questions?
My message to accept School of Sciences report accepted by
Franklin.
You look at me.
Sorry,
I have a
Kevin.
question. Can we buy it? Like, do they have to pre-order it to buy it, or can we like buy it then? So are you going to order extra?
No, we're not gonna order extra.
So just
Yeah,
pre-order.
Pre-order basis is easier for us. It's easier for the supplier. We
So you're going to order 281 t-shirts.
No, I'm not going to order 281. I'm going to order based on how many paid.
Right.
Pre-order people are 281. The number of paid is about 187. Yeah, it's quite cheap if anybody wants it. 16 ringgit. We're not taking revenue or 30 cents. That's it.
I want other colors. I want other colors.
On basis like black.
My message to accept School of Sciences report accepted by.
Hey, Mr. Monash, guys!
She just wants to get.
Guys, vote for Mr. Monash! Where's Andrew? Was not here.
Yeah, someone for Andrew Peter Lim, engineering fourth year mechanical.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did it, Vanessa?
Look at me, guys.
Okay, I accepted my first one, Franklin. Second one, Serene.
Okay.
I just can't deal with this anymore. So much pressure on me.
It's essay, right? The name of the thing.
Fine.
Wait.
Yes.
The name of the thing. The name of the assignment is essay, right? Huh? Essay one. Okay, guys. Just before we go and enjoy our pizza, I just wanted to let you guys know that. Okay, this one is a bit more serious and it's a bit more closer to us. So I understand that you guys were well aware of what happened on about 2 weeks ago on last Friday, where it was the women's officers debate and I asked a very sensitive question, to which I think everyone here is well aware of it. So okay, so anyway, it was a sensitive question and I would sincerely like to apologize for that. I spoke to Hannah and Jasmine as well during the meeting we had on Monday with Mrs. Zeba, with the VPs and Priyanka, and the election commission have given me a warning as well as Priyanka has given me a verbal warning as well. So moving forward from that, so what happened was that when I asked the question, I'm not here to like justify anything. I asked it was a mistake from my side and I accept everything that the EC and Priya has given me as well. So what happened is that after that is I wanted to talk to Hannah and Jasmine, but I understand that Hannah had class up to 6-ish on that day, but I didn't know that you didn't go for class. So I was in and out of meetings and stuff like that. And then nearer to the MSc time, that's when I spoke to Mrs. Zeba as well, and we were talking about it. And then what I found out as well is that the MSc was split between like two strong opinions in terms of how my question was right and how my question was wrong. And there was a lot of potential risk of, I don't say potential risk, that everyone was very emotionally disturbed, even myself, and a lot of people were very emotionally driven. So in that sense, I spoke to Mrs. Zeba, and after that, my phone died. So when I was talking to Mrs. Zeba, he advised that to postpone the MSc. And once that was done, I was not happy about it. I spoke to Brandon and Michelle, they were not happy about it as well. And then I spoke to Shamila, and she wasn't happy as well, but I couldn't, sorry.
No, the fly.
Oh, sorry. So I couldn't make the call because my phone died, so Pri was with me at that point of time. And then after that, there were also other issues with the ball as well and all of that. The contract was not valid up to actually even now because nobody has signed it and stuff like that. So what happened is that I spoke to the exco and I told them that look here, I don't think I'll be able to have the MSc, and I told them that okay guys, let's postpone the MSc.
Just to make it clear, you didn't speak to me, Priyanka.
Yeah, that's what I said. I couldn't make the call because of my phone.
told you back up already.
Yeah.
I think to be a bit more clear.
Yeah. So then I spoke to Brandon and Michelle and they were not happy about it, but then eventually I told them that guys, we can't have it today. I mean, I let me make it clear that it wasn't me because my phone died. So I couldn't make that call. So I told Pri to make the call for me, and she spoke to Bennett and Michelle. They were not happy about it, but eventually they just, I guess they were not happy, but they just felt like they were obliged to say okay. And I spoke to after that Shamila was notified as well. We tried to speak to Vandana, but the phone didn't get through.
Nobody called. I did not receive any missed call, I didn't receive any message.
Yeah, so there was no message, there was only a call, and it was, to be honest, it was both bad decisions in terms of telling everyone that the MSc was postponed, as well as having the MSc where the MSc was split and everyone was going to fight about it. And to ensure that it was effective, I chose the lesser of two evils, and in no way is this justifying anything that I've done. I honestly would like to apologize for everyone. The past 2-3 weeks has been really emotionally draining for me, because I wanted to tell you guys over WhatsApp as well, but I was told by a lot of people that I don't communicate very well on WhatsApp because I'm too direct or whatnot. So I thought that this MSc would be a good platform for me to address. And if anybody has any concerns, I'll be more than happy to talk to all of you all personally and explain
Just
myself.
to make it clear, there was no explain meeting with senior management.
Yeah.
It
So
was a made up, and
Yeah.
VPs were not part of it. I don't think treasury were part of it as well.
yeah, so none of the other Exco members were involved in my decision making except for me. And the only reason Pri sent that message because my phone had died at that point of time. So I take full responsibility for it. I take full accountability for this mistake. I did not want to make this mistake, but it's just honestly in front of everyone. I truly, really am very sorry for making that decision, and I hope we can move forward. I would assume that none of you would like to trust me anymore, and I totally understand that. I think I deserve that kind of response from you all, and I totally understand. But I just hope that we could move forward for another few more weeks we have on campus and make it through. I really am very sorry. It's been really a tough week because I haven't been able to tell you guys. Yeah. Okay. If you guys are yeah.
In the future, I think I'd like to be granted the respect, and I think for the rest of the class as well, that we are adults and we can discuss our problems openly and come to conclusions. And even if we are differing opinions, we can discuss it like mature adults, and we are expected to that. In the future, please don't make calls for us like that we are obligated and we can't come to.
Yeah, I totally agree. Anna.
Is there anything being done for the lie that was told and students were not even informed about MSc being cancelled?
I think the MSc poster was postponed. Today's MSc was posted on Facebook.
The fact that last MSc was cancelled, was there anything done? Because for all new students that did not register may have been waiting for us.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
So for the lie that was told, are you facing anything at all?
To be honest, I think because by saying this is my own personal opinion. I think because saying the effort during the MSc warrants a warning letter, not coming for MScs also warrants a warning letter. So a mistake like this, a judgment like this, which is definitely a bad judgment, I would say warrants a warning letter from the MSc. That I think is fair because after that the next MSc it will be posted that Janesh received a warning letter for this, and I think that's something that it's a repercussion to me as well as it's minuted. All this is going live as well, so I know it was a really bad mistake and it was a really bad decision, and I really am sorry.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
The fact they postponed the MSc, to me, I feel that was a better decision because we all very full, very highly against the day. If we had gone through with the meetings, a lot of things would have been said and a lot of things could not have been taken back. But I do agree in a way that the way the MSc was postponed should not have been done that way.
Okay.
But the call to postpone it was a good call, but I do not appreciate the way it was done.
Okay.
Otherwise, the call was good.
Okay. I agree. So I think like what Hannah said, all of us are adults, and I didn't respect that, and I totally am really am very sorry to all of you, and to those of you guys who are not, to those of them who are not here, I'll go. If they have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. and I think I take full accountability for this. Yeah. So if the MSc is okay with the warning letter, if you guys are okay with the warning letter, please can you issue the warning letter immediately?
Yeah.
Are you guys okay with that?
Should we take a vote on that?
Normally warning letters don't go for vote. But
I don't think there's a need for
I
a
don't
vote
think
for
there's
this.
normally warning letters don't go for
Because I
vote.
personally don't feel like required one.
Okay, but even for me, I think it's a mistake. So if that is true, I think just even by cursing you get a warning letter, I definitely feel a misjudgment like this definitely warrants a warning letter. So is everyone okay? Okay, that's it.
Anything else? Okay, meeting adjourned.
Alright, let's go have pizza.
Guys, please tuck the chairs neatly under the table. No. Frankie, you get your ass back here now, Frankie. MS is over. You see what I want now? Come here. Okay.
Sorry, really, I'm sorry. Okay?
Oh my god.
I think it's actually, I actually don't feel that this whole line is more of just a line. I don't feel it's a line. I feel like it was a cover up for now so we could explain better.
What happened?
But it's okay lah.
It's okay.
It's
Thanks,
a
man.
lesson learned.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Chill. I feel some people are just easily butthurt lah.
Yeah.
I'm agreeable with Sean.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be like until 11 o'clock.
It's okay lah. We are all here. Just amend it.
Chill, thanks, man. Thanks. Okay? Alright.
Yeah.
Just save and I'll send it myself.
It's okay.
What's with you and my dog? My cousin's dog. She wants to
I read.
the hell.